Okay, the Horizon League Oakland Golden Grizzlies have a meet with the NC State Wolfpack. This is a second-round matchup that will play out in Pittsburgh, PA, with a scheduled tip, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. real time, Vegas time. The white hot, and I mean that, Wolfpack opened 5.5-point neutral court favorites over the Grizz. Game total 146.5. In short and with quickness, we can get back to the Yellow Brick Road and my commentary and op-ed on this game. Do not go away. Hit the subscribe button. It takes 1 minute, please. Do us a favor. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button. You will be glad you did. We, the media team, I will be glad you did. Back to the conclusion of a second-round collegiate matchup, the feature preview of the week. Now, the Wolfpack have been charging. The late-season steam of this NC State team that's played with the last month, crazy, stupid. So now what am I asking? I'm asking to envision these two teams in front of us, number 14 versus number 11 seed matchup in the South region, okay? Oakland, NC State. Oakland rinsed and repeated, a common toil and treasure for this program. Really, they earned the Horizon League postseason tournament title and did so as a top-seeded squad. Much different route than the Wolfpack took to earn their 2024 tournament stripes. Now, the Golden Grizzlies come off a first-round win over John Calipari in the Kentucky Wildcats. Really, they handled this game start to finish. The Wolfpack took down the Texas Red Raiders, a good team, tickled them to death. They played with them like they're an old toy they hadn't seen in a decade. The uber versatile Oakland MVP Trey Townsend is the real deal. This all Horizon League forward can do anything that's asked of him. Really, I'm telling you, I think he can. Just don't ask him to rob a bank. Come on. Townsend can score, rebound. He can set up a teammate for a high percent shot. Given. The tradition-rich hoops program, and they are, Oakland is not a lot different from the past seasons where they've won the league postseason tournament, and did so with a tough non-con schedule. This is a team that played Ohio State, Illinois from the Big Ten. They competed against a talented Drake program. They lost all 3 of those games in the non-con. But it gave them the experience, this group, that assisted them preparing for teams with size that are consistent and they're capable. Now, this NC State men's basketball team, they won their 11th Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament Championship and did so in a ridiculous 5 games in 5 days. What's more ridiculous, it was the first time since 1987. Really? 37 years? This year's ACC postseason tournament champs, led by Horn, who grew up 10 minutes from campus. This serves as a reminder, first off, that you don't have to goose a story to make it fun, warming, interesting, or even romantic. And this comes from me in a relationship to the countless stories I've been told onto the contrary of college basketball right now, and the NIL, et cetera, et cetera. The Wolfpack entered this tournament as a 10th seed. And Kevin Keats was on the hot seat. Let's not make a mistake. They beat Louisville, they beat Syracuse in the first 2 rounds. No big deal. 2 bad teams. Below average teams. Neither of those victories put a stamp on the Pack as far as what they're doing and how they're doing it. Until they took down Duke in the quarterfinals of the ACC tourney. There's a different feeling coming from this DJ Horn and Diarra team. Horn's explosive. The young man can score. Breaking news. He can put the ball in the peach basket. Diarra, a big body who can intimidate and make no mistake. If there's a 50-50 ball that's available, he does his best to execute the opposition by diving for that 50-50 ball, and it's a sight to be seen. The age-old adage of baseball is a game of inches applies to every sport. Just, come on. Believing that only apple pies, Chevrolets, and baseball apply to that rule is like asking me for a Ham's beer when you drop by the house. It's ridiculous. The Wolfpack are not in a position to advance in the second round of this dance if it wasn't for Michael O'Connell's backboard 3-point shot in the regulation against Virginia in the semifinals. This momentum that is assisted the Wolfpack squad isn't there. They're not here. Townsend is unlikely to connect for 17 points and 12 rebounds like he did against Kentucky, right? It's difficult to imagine Jack G going viral from the 3-line, hitting 10 from beyond the arc. But this year's ACC is a different animal than the season past. The pundits I've spoke to have said without a doubt, beyond their measurements and their eye test, no, this league is just horrendous defensively. They couldn't save themselves from drowning in shallow water. Take a minute and watch the game film of the Wolfpack losing to BYU on Thanksgiving weekend. They surrendered 95 points. The loss they had to Wake Forest in Winston-Salem, you look at those two and you'll say, this is not the same team. I can tell you the last time I blindly blindly trust a team that resembled a Mike D'Antoni defense for most of the season, only to go on a run which they outscored their defense, what their defense allowed. But if NC State goes much further in this tournament, they will be outscored. They will be beaten. This type of success is fleeting. It's nearly impossible to find signs that offer evidence that the end is near. And if you find it, you probably won't see it. Trust me. Oakland's going to find success offensively against this NC State Wolfpack team. I take everything back. I retract those sentences I said when I wrote that Townsend was unlikely to have a double-double and that Jack G wasn't going to hit 10 triples. Allow me to write the headline, the byline, for this Saturday Wolfpack and Golden Grizzlies recap, if you will. Now, in my bestie and Fleming, for instance, once is a happenstance, twice a coincidence. 3 times the enemy is at the door. Forgive me for jumping from one belief to the other. Convince me otherwise, but until you do, neither team, this Wolfpack or this Grizzlies team, have shown me any old-time posture, commitment to team, nor will they ever be mistaken for Rick Mahorn, Bill Lambier, and Dennis Rodman, the real bad boys of roundball. The pick to click in Saturday's second-round action between Oakland and NC State is over the total. I'm Tony Finn. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you soon.